Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to episode 164 of BNA Sports Talk. I usually don't start off with the number, but I was just like, whoa, we're already at 164. It's crazy. Anyway, so last night I uploaded a video titled Why the Giants Should Not Hire Matt Rule. It wasn't really about why the Giants shouldn't hire Matt Rule. It was more of a video about why the Giants should hire Dave Martindale. But obviously that didn't happen, and the reason why I didn't title it, why the Giants should hire Dave Martindale, it's not that sexy, and, if the Giants end up hiring somebody else, it doesn't really have a lot of playback. Anyway, so the Giants end up hiring Joe Judge today, and I want to dispel some rumors. I'm going to put some tweets on the screen as things develop, because things are coming out second by second, minute by minute, so I'm not going to have the full information. The Giants did want Matt Rule. And Matt Rule offered. He's like, you know what? I'm flying to New York now. Would you guys match this offer? He was leaving the stadium. He was about to head to New York. Would you guys match the offer? The Giants were like, no. They were sold on Joe Judge. So the fact that people were like, the Giants are a disgraceful organization in that manner, that's not true. You could say something about Mike McCarthy, how Jerry Jones made him sleep over. He didn't get the second interview. We didn't get a second interview with Mike McCarthy. You could say that. We didn't get a first interview with Ron Rivera. I think that was mainly because, Ron Rivera has seen it, done it with Dave Gettleman. They didn't love each other, and kind of a reunion. If they spent years and years together and they won multiple Super Bowls, I can understand. Let's have a reuniting in New York. I understand that, but it didn't seem right. And I think that he liked Dwayne Haskins more than Daniel Jones. There are a couple of warning signs here, but the main thing the Giants should do now with Joe Judge is hire coordinators, hire defensive coordinators. Hire the right guys around. Joe Judge has worked in New England. A little background about him, because a lot of people don't know about him. A lot of people are searching up his, biography right now. They're doing some quick research. From what I understand, worked at Alabama and Nick Saban from 2009 to 2011. He won 2 national championships. He won 3 Super Bowls with the Patriots from, I think, 2011 on or whenever he started. So he's worked in New England for 8 years now. He knows the Bill Belichick system. And, yeah, I think that, Joe Judge is a pretty good guy. People are comparing him to Bill Belichick and John Harbaugh, how they start off as special team coordinators. Let's just slow down a little bit. But I do think there's something to this argument. There's something to the argument you know what? Yeah, these guys were successful. These guys worked. They know the X's and O's of the game. They know the strategy. They know timeouts. They know when to punt. They know fourth downs. And that's something the Giants have been lacking over the last couple years. We've lost some games because guys like, Pat Shurmur don't know how to call timeouts, don't know how to call challenges. We're not going to have a problem with that. And now, again, you have to hire defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators. Joe Brady, is he going to want the job? I don't know. You need a smart offensive mind. Get Shula out. Let him pick his own guys, whoever wants to choose for his personnel, whether it's Richard, whether it's Wade Phillips, who I'd personally like for a couple years, because he still wants to coach, it's rumored. So we're in a good position now with Joe Judge. Obviously, I would like to hire Dave Martindale. I think we would have had to wait too long, and he was, after I uploaded the video yesterday, I was reading some more about it, and Dave Martindale and Dave Gettleman, I think, would have clashed a little bit. I really don't think that was a great hire. Or it would have been a great hire because Dave Martindale wasn't given full control of personnel. So there would have been a little bit of a clash there. It does look bad a little bit on Dave Gettleman. Why didn't we get these guys? He wanted full control. But Dave said he wants the best interest of the Giants. Anyway, next topic, Matt Rule. 7 years, $7 million, I think, plus the buyout. That's crazy. That is crazy, but Matt Rule gets full control in Carolina. He gets to decide what he's going to do. I'm going to save that for a different video, what Carolina should do, their rebuilds, because I think I haven't really done a lot of research, so I don't want to start talking about that. And another thing I want to talk about with this hiring is, what are his expectations? What would Joe I forgot his name, Joe Judge have to do in order to impress me and impress Giants fans? First of all, if he makes the playoffs in his first year, he's on my good side. As long as he's not 4-12 and 5-11 next year, and we have a pretty difficult schedule next year. I broke it down. We play the Ravens. We play the Steelers, who are going to have Ben Roethlisberger back. We also play the NFC West and the 49ers, the Seahawks, who seem to have our numbers. So, our schedule is hard. I see 6 wins on the schedule, 5 to 6 wins. So if he can beat expectations, all of a sudden we get some swagger back, that'd be great. He needs to hire the right guys. Whoever he does, he needs to make sure that we're sound we're sound technically. We block right. We call the right timeouts. We have the discipline, and that's the first step. He needs to install his system. So Joe Judge, he's 38 years old, and many people are saying, you know what, he was the wide receivers coach for New England. What does he know about wide receivers? First of all, anybody in the league knows something about wide receivers and things like that, but he had to deal with so much. Edelman gone. They brought in Mohamed Sanu. He was getting injured. N'Keal Harry was getting injured. Antonio Brown came in, out, dealing with Tom Brady, which is going to be it's going to help Daniel Jones because he knows what it's like to deal with a veteran guy. He's going to give Daniel Jones some tips. He's been around the top guys with Bill Belichick and stuff like that, so that's helpful. He's younger than Eli Manning by about a year. He just turned 38. Eli Manning just turned 39. They're like a year and 4 days apart, or something that were 360. I don't know the exact math of it. I don't feel like calculating it, but he may embrace analytics now that he's that young. We've seen the new wave of like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan. Some of them have been more embracive to analytics than others, but he may embrace analytics and stuff like that. But again, that take that he's a Patriots wide receivers coach is just lazy, and I don't think that's true at all. Bill Belichick, he said famously a couple weeks ago, he goes, stats don't matter. I look at players. I trust what's on tape. He said something too long of that effect. And is Joe Judge, does he embrace analytics? Do we go in the full analytic route, or are we going to fall back and say, you know what, we like it from the old days. We know we want our hog mollies. We want that sort of thing. So which direction does he take us in? Does he embrace the fourth down thing and the percentage with 2-point conversions, or what type of coordinator is he? I don't know that information yet, and that'll be interesting to find out. And finally, to wrap up this video, NFC East outlook. So we probably have the worst coach in this division right now, as it stands, as far as resume and everything. It could be proven wrong. He can end up being the next John Harbaugh, and he can end up being the next Bill Belichick, but we don't know that yet. You have Mike McCarthy, you have Ron Rivera, and you have to give respect to Doug Peterson, who's brought his team to the playoffs. And you don't know what would happen this game if Carson Wentz was actually healthy and didn't get taken out of the game. So I think we have the worst coaching in the league, but we have to rebuild this. We have to rebuild our standing in this division. It starts off with today. Who does he hire? Who does he bring in? What is his presence here? How does he work with Daniel Jones? How does he work with Dave Gettleman? And it's a building process. This is day one. And I'm a Giants fan, so I'm confident that he can do it. I'm not sure the general feel of Giants fans. I've been looking on Twitter, and the general feel is, we're a disgraceful organization. I've heard some of that. I've also heard some of, okay, let's just make it work. Let's try to make it work. Then I've also seen some people who, he's the next Belichick, but that's been very few people. But again, I'm probably somewhere in the middle. I'm a Giants fan. There's nothing I can do. I can't petition the streets. The only thing I can do is hope for the success of the Giants, and that's where I stand now. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this hiring. What is he going to end up at? And what are our expectations for the team? What does he have to do in order to gain your respect? And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.